Hey, this is a demo of a possible use case for engineering products where we're gonna change or effect change on an existing code base, an existing product called MCP Obsidian using Miro and Claude Code. So this is the product or the website, which is an MCP server that interacts with Obsidian. We start with a blank board and Claude Code running on a terminal. We're going to ask Claude Code to show what open issues are on that public GitHub repo and place those issues on the board. We're using a skill for that. And as you can see, this skill uses both Miro MCP as well as Miro CLI to populate the board. Because the terminal is transparent, we can see what's happening on the board behind it, and we can see that it created something there. So let's take a look at it. And it created a table with Miro MCP, and now it's populating the table with the issues directly from GitHub. We can see here that we have one low effort issue, which is still open, create an FAQ page. The only problem is on the Miro board, we don't have anything else, just the issues. So what we're going to do next is we're going to create context that's going to be useful to implement any of those issues in the future. And in order to do that, what we do is we go back to the agent and then we say research the MCP Obsidian codebase and populate the board with context. Use sub-agents. So we're going to take screenshots of the website. We're going to analyze the code. We're going to create product context as well that is going to be used in the future. And now the agent is doing all that. It has the steps set up and it's creating frames on the board, as you can see in the background. And now it's launching 3 agents in parallel. One called Code Analyst, the other called Architect, and the other called Visual Capture that spawns a headless browser that will capture a screenshot of the actual website. And it's doing that. So the first task is to create a product context doc and user journey. So if you go back to the board, we'll see that it created already the product context. So this is the big picture overview of the product. So what is the problem? What is the solution? The target audience, use cases, and all of that was taken from the agents.md file, the README file, and any other documents that you can find in the repo. Here we had the architect plotting the user journey as a diagram using Miro MCP as well of the whole journey since installation until usage. And here we have a screenshot of the actual website that it was taken in real time and then placed on the board for us. So we know the style and the visuals. And here the architect not only placed the diagram, but also the code architecture. So those are essential files from the repo and some code snippets as well, which is going to be super useful for the coding agents. If you go back to the agents, we'll see that the 3 agents confirmed that everything was complete, and now what we have on the board. So now we have product context and we know what issue we're going to tackle as well. So the team can get together and come up with the FAQ page content. So basically, what are going to be the questions? And this can come from Miro Insights or can come from, Glean or any other CRM. In this case, we can imagine that the team that is responsible for this got the questions and placed here on the board. What we're going to do now, we just go to the agent and we say work on issue 37, create an FAQ page using the FAQ contents stickies on the board and follow existing patterns and style on the website. So what it's going to do is it's going to go to the board, it's going to get the style from the designs, it's going to get the architecture, the product big picture, and use all that as context to execute the task, which is to create the FAQ page. So it got all the questions from the FAQ frame. And now, as you can see, it's doing things on the board. So let's take a look at what's happening there. It created a results frame here with a PR name and the PR title as well. And as soon as the agent creates the plan or the to-do list, it will add as task progress here on this frame. Let's see what else the agent is doing. Okay, so now it's reading the file content and coding the page. So actually it's launching the coder agent. So that's gonna write the code because it now has the context, like the visual context, as well as the code from the website. Let's give it a minute. And then after it writes the page, it's gonna commit and create a PR as well. So as you can see here, there were a bunch of changes on certain files. So it shows the diff and updates the task progress. So if we go to task progress now, we'll see that some items are completed and there are still some items to be completed. Okay, so now it's submitted the PR. Here is the summary of the PR, the changes, and the PR was created. And so soon it's gonna update the task list here as well, or the task progress. And now it's taking a screenshot. So basically it's launching the new page on the web server locally, and then it's taking a screenshot and it's gonna paste all that here. So yeah, we can see the screenshot here and we can see the PR summary here. So the idea is that any human or agent that would come here now would have all the context of the product, because we have like the user journey, we have the FAQ content, we have code architecture, but also for each PR that is done, so for each work item that is done, the board is updated with the task progress, with the PR summary that has a nice human readable summary here, as well as file changed, and as well as the PR link. Not only that, but because it's a visual change, so we have a screenshot of the page here that was taken from the server. And if you go back to the GitHub issues table here, we'll see that issue number 37 is done. And now this is how teams and agents can collaborate with Miro to execute tasks or issues on existing products and have that reported back to the Miro board, so it's available for future agents as well as the whole team.